In this lecture, let's update our method to receive data created by the event. Our event handler does not have any information regarding the button pressed by the player. We must have access to this information before performing any action. Otherwise, we won't have any idea where to move the player. Unity gives us a hint as to how we can retrieve this information. In the Unity editor, select the Game Manager object. Under the inspector, search for the Move event. Looking closely at the name, there's a pair of parentheses. This information provides a hint. Unity is telling us that our event handlers can have a parameter called callbackContext. The question is, what's the type of this parameter? In the resource section of this lecture, I provide a link to the documentation page for this parameter. So far, parameters have been annotated with simple data types, such as strings or integers. C# allows developers to create custom types. It's a widespread practice. Unity has a custom type for storing the information related to the button pressed by the player. It's called callbackContext. Initially, the information on this page will feel overwhelming. There are a lot of concepts we haven't had the chance to go over. Let's focus on the most critical sections related to our goal. Before we can add the parameter, we must have a reference to this type. As usual, we need to know the namespace. Luckily, the namespace is written on the breadcrumb navigation. The namespace for a type will always appear as the second item on the navigation. In this case, the namespace is called UnityEngine.InputSystem. You can verify the namespace by clicking on the link. As you can see, the documentation has marked this name as the namespace. Great! In our text editors, open the movement file. At the top of the file, add the UnityEngine.InputSystem namespace with the using keyword. Next, in the handleMove method, add the InputAction.callbackContext type. From here, we can assign a name to the parameter. Let's set the name to context. Taking these steps is important. If we were to use an incorrect type, our program wouldn't be functional. In the next lecture, let's use this information for storing the movement of the player.